What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we'll be using Excel to convert some coordinates or some data from decimal degrees to degrees, minutes and second format. So before we begin, I have my data in this folder. I'm just going to open the Excel where I have my data in decimal degrees format. So before we continue, there are some few facts that we need to understand. Number one, we need to know that 1 degree, just going to type in right here, 1 degree is equivalent to 60 minutes. 60 minutes. So, and 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. So these are some of the important facts that you need to understand when converting decimal degrees to degrees, minutes and second format, and vice versa. Another thing you need to know is about some functions that we'll be using in Excel. That's a truncate. That's a truncate function. Truncate function is actually used to cut off or separate whole number from decimal part. So another function that we'll be utilizing is called concatenate function. This one is actually used for combining 2 or more strings together. And lastly, I'll be using a round function. Round function is actually used to round a number to a specific number or digits. So having said that, let's dive in and see how we are going to convert this decimal degrees and this decimal degrees to degrees, minutes and second format. So I'm just going to type in we're first of all going to deal with the latitude, and we can see our latitudes are negative, so which means they're in a southern hemisphere. Whenever you have negative latitude, it means we are in southern hemisphere. And whenever you have positive latitudes, it means we are dealing with the coordinates that were collected in northern hemisphere. So the same applies to longitudes. Whenever you have a positive longitude, it means our longitudes are east. We are dealing with longitudes on the east side. Also, we delete the equal sign because it's the Excel is complaining. Okay, so just know that let us remove this plus sign, because just positive. Just know that we are we're dealing with east, and whenever we have written it wrongly, positive, like, and whenever you have whenever you have negative longitudes, you are dealing with the west. So these are some of the crucial facts we need to understand before you do some conversion. So let's start, and we're going to, so I'm just going to delete that. So first of all, I'm going to write, just going to add another header right here, and I'm going to type zone or hemisphere, whichever that will choose to write. So I said we are going to start with the latitude, so and you have negative latitude, so which means we're dealing with south. So I'm just going to type in S. So I'm going to, what I just did is to place your cursor in the bottom right corner. If this plus or thus a cross sign appears, just double click, and it will fill in the cells to the bottom. So now that we have zones, we do not need to have our latitudes in negative, because we now know that we're dealing with southern hemisphere. So we are going to convert our latitude values into positive, and we're going to do that by multiplying. If we want to convert a figure from negative to positive, just you simply multiply by a -1. So, and that's what we're going to do right here. I'm going to multiply this cell. So just write equal, write a function, and then I'm just going to click this cell, and I'm going to click multiply by bracket, and then we multiply by -1. Then you close the bracket. Oh, sorry. Close the bracket like so, and then click enter. Now you have a positive latitude, and I'm going to drag down, and now you have a positive values, and you can see it has truncated values by 2 digits, and I'm going to increase that. Now remember I told you we'll be dealing with the 3 functions, that's truncate, concatenate, and round function. And at this point I'm going to separate whole number from decimal values, so that we can remain with the degrees. The whole number will be degrees, and we're going to use a truncate function to do that. So we're just going to write a formula. Just write equal sign, and then type in truncate. Trunc, it's actually called trunc, and then you're just going to click the cell that you want to truncate, and you close the bracket and click enter. So I'm going to select the whole cell. We're going to format it, the number to 0 decimal places like so, and I'm going to drag this down like so. Now we have our, and I'm going to call this lat. No, you're going to call it lat green like so. Now we need to get this decimal part this column. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to subtract 2 this degree from this column. So just write another formula, just type in is equals to click this cell that you want to subtract from, then minus this, click enter. Now we have everything that we need. Now these decimal places, these are the values that you have separated from these ones are in minutes, are in degrees. So we want to convert this one to multiply by 60 to convert to minutes. So that's what we're going to do next. And right here, just going to type in is equals to, just type in equal sign, then click the cell that you want to multiply by 60, x1, then multiply by 60, and click enter. So now we have this one, they are in decimal places, like so. They're going to repeat the same process of truncating this value so that we can remain in the whole number. So our next cell is to remove the decimal place. So we're going to type in is equals to okay, just type in is equals to this cell. Okay, we are going to truncate actually, so just type in trunc, like so. Double click, choose the cell that you want to truncate, close the bracket, click enter. Double click to fill in the cells, like so. Now we want to get, now that we have light, get all the light minutes, like so, then click enter. Now we want to separate these values, the whole number of these values from the decimal parts. So I'm going to repeat the same process, the previous one. We're going to subtract these minutes from this, the minutes value from these values. So I'm just going to write another formula, just type in is equal sign, and click the cell that we're going to subtract from, and click the minutes, and then just click enter. Now double click, and now we have the decimal parts, and we're going to again multiply by 60 to convert to seconds. So I'm just going to expand that, going to return the formula by clicking equal sign, click the cell that we want to multiply by 60, click enter. And now you realize that these are in seconds. I'm going to type in that seconds. This, and since we do not want our seconds value to be in decimal, so we're just going to round this off. So what we're going to do, this formula bar, that just type in round, like so, close the bracket. We're going to do another bracket, close that, and add a comma. You're going to round off to 0, like so. So we don't want to have decimal places, so we're going to round off to a whole number. And if you want to round off to a whole number, you round off to a round of value should be 0. So click enter, and now we have just double click to fill in. Now we have 4 columns that we need to join. So you're now going to use concatenate function to join these 4 columns, that is zone, latitude degree, latitude minutes, and latitude seconds. So right here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to type in that degrees, minutes, and seconds. And here we are going now to use concatenate. Just type in equal sign, then type in concat. What we need is this one, concatenate. Double click, and we want to join S. So we're going to just click that value, click a comma to separate that, and we need to have a space in between zone and degree, and with that in screen, so just type in that, double quote, and hit 2 spaces. Oh, what have we done? So just let's go back, delete that, type in 2 spaces and click double quotes again, comma. Now we need to add the degree. Just click the cell, hit comma, and hit quote, and now we need to add the degree sign symbol. From the menu bar you can see everything is deactivated, so we're going to use a special code, a special Microsoft code to add. And in order to do that, just press down Alt, do not release, just press down Alt and type in, while still pressing down Alt, just type in 4248, that's 248, and release Alt, and then close the double quote, press comma. Now we need to add another 2 spaces, add another double quote, 2 spaces, close, comma, you're now going to add the minutes, comma, double quote, 2 spaces, and double quote, close, comma. Now click the latitude seconds, and just close the bracket and hit enter. Now we have everything and it looks perfect, and just we're going to drag down to fill in like so. Now everything looks good. And now you can, now this one you can see it's attached to formulas, and we need to get this, we need to copy this, click going to copy, just right click and copy, and expand this. And now we are going to paste the values, and make sure that you choose values, or just click this icon and choose values right here. Now if we delete these ones, let me show you what I mean. if you delete all these ones, you delete that, just click delete. You can see now all these are depending on this one because there are some formulas involved. So that's why we needed to copy only the values. So we're going to delete that again. And now we have our latitudes in decimal, in degree, minutes, and seconds. Now let's deal with the longitudes. I'm going to repeat the same procedure. Say now this zone, so, and because this is positive, I told you longitudes, positive longitudes are in east, so we're going to type in east, for east. I'm going to double click to autofill cells, and we're going to use again truncate function. Remember to add an equal sign. Like so, and close, hit enter. We're going to format that, and we're going to reduce that to 0. And now you double click, okay. We're going now to separate these values. So this next cell, column, you're going to type in equal sign, another formula. The longitude values separate. First of all, let's go to longitude 3. Now, what we're going to do, just write in equal sign formula. We're going to do that is minus 22 degrees, give us the decimal point, and so let's repeat the process. This one is equals, type in equals to is minus that, and it's actually telling me that's just increase the what we can do, just delete that again. Sorry for that. Equals to this minus that, and click enter, and we're going to count how many decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. So 11 decimal places. Right click on this cell and click format decimal places. If yours is 0, increase to 11 decimal places. Click OK, and double click that autofill. And now we're going to this decimal places are in degrees. And now we are going to multiply by 60 to convert to minutes. So we're going to do that. Type in equal sign, click the cell, multiply by, type in 60, click enter, and double click that to autofill again. And now we're going to use the truncation function to separate whole number from a decimal place. Click the cell that you want to separate, close the bracket, click enter, and expand that. So choose and right click and choose format cell, reduce the decimal places to, choose number, use decimal places to 0. Next one, click OK and double click. And now this is our longitude in minutes. And now we want to get the decimal places of this minutes. We are going to do that by typing equal sign. Click this the minute cell that has decimal places, and we're going to subtract from this one. Click enter. Now we have our decimal places. Our next cell, we're going to multiply this by 60. So click again equal sign, click the cell that you want to convert to seconds, multiply by 60, and now you have then they are in, they have decimal places, and want to remove that by rounding up the number. The bracket, two brackets, type comma, I'm going to round off to whole number, and then round off value is 0. So click enter. Is telling me that I've made a mistake, and yeah, so I didn't type in the round function, and click enter. Now I'm going to double click that autofill, and I'm going to add our copy. I'm going to type in seconds. Now you have our 4 important columns. So what we're going to do, we're going to delete those columns, and we are going to add let me just add another column like so, and we are going to now concatenate so long, then type in degrees, minutes, and seconds. So, and we're going to type is equals to concatenate. Then what we want to coordinate is zone, longitude degrees, longitude minutes, and longitude seconds. So starting with the zone, and after zone we need some space, double quotes, and 2 spaces. You can do it one space, I prefer 2. After that we need decimal degree, degree. And now we now need to add the degree symbol, and I told you in this case you're using the special code, and that is to press down the alt key and type in 248 and release the alt key, then close the double quotes, add another double quote, add some space, comma, add that, and click comma, double quote, and we're going to add a minute sign, that's a single apostrophe, then double quote, and then click as comma, and some space, comma, now want longitude, comma, now double apostrophe, then close that, close the bracket, click enter. We now have everything that we need. Double click like so, and you're going to select everything and copy. Right click right here. You're going to paste the values only. There's something that I forgot here. Right here. So let's delete all this. Not need that again. So what you're going to do, going to select that, delete. I forgot to include the minute, second symbols in 32 decimal minutes seconds. So what I'm going to do, just going to just double click, you can just physically just type in like so, and like so, just type in manually. But you can use the same procedure that I used in, that is the longitude DMS in this one. So that's how we simply convert coordinates from decimal degrees to degree, minutes, and second format. And you can as well copy this one in another sheet. Just click and open another sheet, name to I'm going to copy everything like so. Come to this sheet right here and click paste the values only. You can double click, increase to get some space. Yeah, that's all. And now we have here degrees we have latitude and longitude in degrees, minutes, and seconds format. So that's it for this tutorial. Please, if you are watching my channel for the first time, kindly subscribe, and please give this video a thumbs up. And you can as well share as much as you can. And see you in the next tutorial. Have a lovely time.